When it comes to learning, the things that most interest me are those which are deceptively simple. The reason is that the more I do them, the more they give me. If you're a person that needs a lot of stimuli, you might have realized that constantly getting input tends to make you more anxious. Furthermore, it has been shown that there is an inflection point at which having more knowledge can actually make us overly confident, and not in a good way. The technique I'm about to show you is one of the most powerful tools I know to obtain intrinsic motivation. One of the great things about it is the fact that this technique grows with you. The more you use it, the better it gets, just like any good relationship. Okay, so let me walk you through it. The first thing I do is I draw an horizontal line across a sheet of paper. I mark the 0 as the starting point and the 10 as the place where I want to go. 0 is off and 10 is on. Then I simply mark a point in the middle, and that would be the 5. And now I think to myself, in terms of creating this material for you or doing the thing that I'm about to do, where do I find myself emotionally engaged? And for me, it's a 7 right now, or at the time in which I was doing this exercise. So now I ask myself the question, what would it take for me to go towards an 8? And I quickly realized that if I exercise, because I had not done it today, I would absolutely feel better. And so I exercise and I realize that I am at that point. And then what happens is that I ask myself, all right, so what would it take for me? How would I have to use my imagination to take myself now from 8 to 9? And then I realized that the thing I want to do the most is travel the world. And the reason I want to do that is because I want to learn as much as I can from the best people that I can find. And so my hope is to be able to use these courses and a bunch of other things that I am implementing so that I have the resources to go and learn from many other people. And then finally, I ask myself, so today, what would it take today for me to go from 9 to 10? Now, I had to make a little mark to write below because there was not enough space. And what came to my mind right away is the thing that always comes to my mind, and that is family. And this is not just about seeing and meeting my own family, but about the kind of family that I want to have in the future. And those are the kind of things that, at least in this moment in time, motivate me the most. Now, here comes the interesting part. I am going to now do a mental exercise. And the same way that I gave myself these things that took me from 7 to 10, I am now going to go step by step using my imagination, training my imagination to go from 10 to 9, from 9 to 8, and from 8 to 7, simply by removing the things that I have given to myself. You are going to realize, and this is crazy, that you can actually make yourself feel worse just by doing that, in the same way that you can make yourself feel great. And if that doesn't blow your mind, then you need to do this exercise more often, because what this entails is just crazy to me. So do this exercise and ask yourself, what would it take, for example, to go from 7 to 6? In my case, I know that if I don't get the right amount of sleep and the right quality of sleep, I'm not going to be in a good mood at all. And then I ask myself, okay, what would it take for me to go down to 5? What would it take for you to go down to 5? And then I realized that if I did anything that went against my beliefs, no matter whether somebody saw it or not, I will definitely feel really bad about it. And the reason it would feel bad is because it would hurt the reputation that I am trying to build with myself. So now, what would it take to go from 4 to 3, from 3 to 2, and from 2 to 1? And as you do this exercise and you sort of remove things from your life, or you, for example, imagine betrayal, for example, then you are going to start to realize what are the things that you truly value the most. So, for example, for me, the things that I value the most can be found in respect, not just from other people, but also from myself. So, self-respect. The technique that you just saw, it's called the recipe, and it was inspired by the work of Tony Robbins some 5 to 4 years ago. I hope you enjoy it. If you have any questions, make sure to let me know.